If my wife has given her permission, then you need not seek my say-so. All I ask is that you behave yourself. Draw no attention and be respectful at all times. Off you go. The city is yours to explore. Oh, but do be careful along those outer walkways. I should be most upset if you were to slip and fall. Free to sightsee. Alphino would send you into the city to explore. Now you've the opportunity to experience Yulmore. I suggest you make the most of it. Explore the city, top to bottom. In other words, I would start with the canopy and go from there. Try wandering around the market stalls, mayhap. Such places are usually filled with colorful characters, only too eager to share local gossip with a friendly visitor. I would appreciate it, of course, if you could share any discoveries with me in turn. We should both learn as much as possible about our new place of residence. Amiable maiden. Ah, hello there. A fresh register, are we? You seem a little lost. Well, 'tis lovely to make your acquaintance. Speaking of acquaintances, you wouldn't happen to have run into my attendant on your wanderings, would you? Big, strong lad, long hair, tied back. He was escorting me on a shopping errand when I realized I had dropped my handkerchief, and now I've been waiting here all alone while he's been off searching for it. I'm not terribly fond of being alone. If you do see him, I would be obliged if you could pass on this message. Forget the silly handkerchief and return to my side at once. First, I thought she looked kind of different, but it's just, I don't know, like the makeup or whatever. It just doesn't look like what they, tend to put on NPCs all that often. Oh, geez. I didn't see the dude hanging there. I thought I was going to run into the handkerchief itself. Does not look like a fun drop. Wicked white. That was too close. Thank you, friend. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come along. I was trying to rescue my lady's handkerchief, you see. The wind must have blown it over the edge, but luckily it caught on something. I thought I could just stretch out far enough. You risked your life for a scrap of cloth? You must think highly of your mistress. I'll go with the second one. It seems a little less forward. A little more, let's soften this a bit. She is my entire world. Without her, I am nothing. When I first came to Yulmore, I thought only of improving my lot in life. But there was so much more to this city than wealth and plenty. There is no war here, no conflict. The residents all treat each other with warmth and respect. My mistress has been ever so kind to me, and I can think of no other place in Calusia where I could possibly be happier. Sorry, I must have gotten a bit carried away. I find it hard to stop when I start counting my blessings these days. Please, you should come with me to meet my lady. Once she hears of your deed, you'll be witness to her generosity firsthand. What? Lonely, you say? Curse my clumsy feet. I must return to her immediately. I will never leave my lady's side again. My attendant told me everything. I am so very grateful you were there to offer your assistance. You seem a dedicated patron. You value him highly, then. Oh, my attitude is not unusual, I assure you. Without the efforts of our bonded residents, we free citizens would not enjoy the pleasures of our daily lives. They are deserving of our unending gratitude. Mayhap in another society, our different standing would breed prejudice or resentment, but in Yulmore a most glorious measure is in place to avert such unpleasantness. Part of that measure requires that the free surrender their fortunes. Upon registration, all of our property, financial, intellectual, or otherwise, is given over to the city. In exchange, we are provided with ample funds, commodities to live a life of pampered luxury. Being liberated from the concern of earning coin has an almost miraculous effect on people's outlook. There are no rivals to compete against, only fellow residents with whom to enjoy our tranquil existence. Now, if you'll excuse us, I must see what the markets have to offer as a reward for the return of my handkerchief. Oh, and I've not forgotten you, of course, our courageous messenger turned rescuer. That's interesting. So that means as a free person, I don't see any circumstance other than, causing general problems that your status as a free person would, or free citizen would go away. But then as a bonded citizen, assuming there's some way you'd be able to amass enough wealth to be able to turn in, you can maybe become a free citizen. But at the same time, since there's no real possessions to be passed around, I mean, you can buy stuff, but I don't know that you could amass enough of that to become a free citizen. So then you're just stuck as a bonded citizen. Which, I mean, it seems like is not necessarily a bad gig, but certainly, I mean, if you had a choice between being a free citizen and a bonded citizen, you would want to be a free citizen. Many things to ponder. A taste of honey. Oh, this is probably because they call it the beehive, don't they? The amiable maiden appears suddenly concerned. All this talk of relying on the bonded, and I haven't given a thought as to what your duties might be. I hope I haven't interrupted your work unduly. A tour of the city, is it? Then you really must visit the beehive. It's always buzzing with activity. Local humor. Anyway, a lady by the name of Tistabai, or Tistabay? Tistabai, I'll go with. Usually has her seat near the entrance. She will gladly speak with you on any number of topics, assuming you find yourself on her good side. Oh, I'm going to have to play this game. That's right. Did they ever expand this to be able to play anywhere else? Or play with other people? I mean, it's a super simplistic game. It's just higher or lower, right? Welcome to the beehive, my little drone. Seeking the sting of excitement to liven up your day? I can tell at a glance when folk are new to our happy colony. It's the nervous fluttering, you see. Always gives them away. Why don't we play some cards to see you at your ease, huh? A quick game of high or low. It's simply a matter of guessing who has the bigger hand. If you win, I'll grant you a single favor, without reason, of course. Or within reason, without reason. Within reason, of course. Interested? Ready for a game of high or low, then? What will you say? What are the rules? High or low is a guessing game. You must decide whether the total of your 3 cards is higher or lower than the total of your opponent's cards. The deck holds 9 cards, with the pictures printed thereon representing the numbers 1 through 9. Each number appears only once in the deck, so there are no repeats. If you guess correctly, then you win the match. If both totals are the same, then another hand is dealt. Okay. I'm actually glad I read that, just, you know, to know some of that extra information. Good for you. No time like the present, I say. I want to say the first time I completely, like, trounced her. But I wonder if that's programmed to go that way. 3 cards for you, 3 cards for me. You flip one of yours over, and I flip 2 of mine. Okay. So we just have to guess what her third is. Oh, but we don't know what ours is. Now, what's your call? Will your total be higher or lower than mine? Okay, well, she has a 7. And I mean, I have 7 just on one card. But I mean, I could have like a 1 and a 2. And she could have a 5. Or, I mean, you could have a 9 or something. Ooh. There's a lot of possibilities, but there's some math to do here. Because we're tied in total right now. And if I just got a 1 and a 2, that would take me to 10. And she would need any other number. I don't know. I'm just going to go with high. You're going with high then. Right. Let's see what we've got. Okay, yeah, I definitely. My cards add up to 9, and you have a total of 18. Congratulations, your guess was right. Usually I concede defeat at this point, but what do you say to a rematch? One more win, then we'll talk about that favor. Another match of high or low? Come now, little honeybee. We all need our diversions. Okay. That's the spirit. Let me sort out the deck. Three cards for you, 3 for me. You flip one of yours, I flip 2 of mine. Now, what's your call? Will your total be higher or lower than mine? Well, I know I'm not going to get a 1 or a 2. So the lowest possible I could get is a 3 and a 4. So that makes that 7. So the lowest I can get is a 12. And if she pops a 9, we're equal, which is the highest she can get. So I'm going to go with high. You're going with high then. Right. Let's see what we've got. My cards add up to 10. And you have... Yeah, I would have to get a 2, which she already has. Nice. A total of 16. Well, well, would you look at that? I think you've got a knack for this, newcomer. So again, I wonder, is it... I mean, you could lose, theoretically, you know, by picking, you know, the wrong high or low. Although, I mean, it could adjust it to make you win anyway. Although in this case, I don't think it was actually possible. Like, I think at worst, if I pick low, that's probably what it would have done. If I had picked low, it would have just given us a tie and then dealt another hand. Anyway. Congratulations. Victory is yours, as is the prize I promised. Come whisper in my ear, then, and don't be shy. Tell old Tista what she can do for you. That's all? How delightfully wholesome, but if knowledge is what you want, then that is what you shall have. In my humble estimation, the most wondrous thing about this town is how safe we are from the Sin Eaters. They say Lord Vothry was born with the power to command them, which means no Yulmoran need ever raise a weapon in defense of the city. Which then brings up the question, well, if he can command them, why doesn't he create an army of them to combat them or something? Or just completely stop them all from ever attacking? And we can get up, you know, get on with our lives? Was that the kind of thing you wish to know? If your itch still needs scratching, you might get a few words out of Atharn over there. There's not that merry sot likes more than the sound of his own voice. Yeah, and this dude I think makes me dance. Oh, we can't talk to the young lady with him. What's that? New to Yulmore, you say? Gwahaha. Only just arrived and already you're looking to peel away the layers of mystery. Oh, I'm all for chatting, but you need to slow down and enjoy life, my friend. I tell you what, you hop up on stage and give us a dance first, and then we can have our little talk. Which this looked a lot better playing as a dancer, but you'll get me dancing in my heavy armor. That's the way. Dance like there's no tomorrow. I can't whistle, so I'm not even going to try to do that. Now that was a show. You're welcome to clamber up on stage anytime you like. So, what was it you wanted to ask? Ah, yes, something about our fair city. Well, I can tell you it wasn't always so peaceful as it is today. The Yulmoran army may be the very essence of military might, but even our forces saw grievous losses in the war against the Sin Eaters. Things changed for us, around 20 years ago now, when the old ruler's son came to power. He's got his way with the Eaters, you see, turns them docile as house cats. I wouldn't be exaggerating to say they've been something of an ally to Yulmore, no longer an enemy to be feared. And yet elsewhere, there are still fools who insist on fighting their losing battles. A toast to Lord Vothry. You've gained a preliminary sense of the city. The Chais and Alphino will be expecting your return. Yeah, again, why? I mean, we know why. You know, anybody that has played through this knows why Vothri doesn't just basically make them all docile. And I mean, we don't, I think, know quite the range of his ability, but still. Oh, I thought Alphino would be here painting. Because he does that at one point, right? Ah, yes, the assistant. Was there something? Oh, you've returned from your jaunt around the city? So soon? You needn't have hurried back. Young Alphino has yet to put brush to canvas. Oh, okay. This is, I think he gets new clothes, though, right? One cannot rush good art, I'm told. Or good artists, apparently. Ah, finally. Looking good, Mr. Alphino. Or Mr. Levier. I've put together an ensemble out of the garments you chose. Is this satisfactory? Oh, goodness gracious me. That last outfit was precious, but this makes you look positively dashing. You truly are a handsome boy. However am I to decide? What happened to painting? I don't recall this part of the artistic process. Exactly. The lad is an artist, dearest, not a dress-up doll. It's about time we set him to work for the reason we called him here. Must we? I do love a good painting, but I thought since we were enjoying ourselves so thoroughly... Dude, I would take that any day. Somebody that just basically wants me to be their dress-up doll. All I do is hang out with them and put on different outfits. Well, I'd not... That is to say, as long as you... just make sure you give the lad time to prepare. We know who will be upset if he's not ready to paint at a moment's notice. Whatever you say, darling. So, shall we pick out some jewelry next? I think Alphino looks simply precious in the more frilly fashions, but he seems the most comfortable in traveling wear. So I settled on his current wardrobe. It's not a common style in Yulmore, and I can just imagine the heads turning as he strides through the crowd. I really must have your mentor concentrate on his art. Our anniversary will be upon us soon, and I promise to have a portrait to commemorate our union. A blessed instrument. Alphino draws you close with a whisper. Lady Chai has a very particular sense of beauty, and apparently that extends to how I should dress whilst painting. But this obsession of hers works in our favor. The time I spend indulging these distractions is time you can use to continue your explorations. For this excursion, I'd like you to delve into the layer below us, and sniff about the military headquarters. I'm sure the understory has its own tale to tell. Now is your chance to squeeze another round of reconnaissance. Go. I will cover your absence should the Chais become suspicious. Excuse me, pardon me. I imagine they don't normally care for people running through the plaza like that. Especially as there's like a water feature there or whatever. This is an area I rarely ever come to. I think it was relatively recently I found out, oh, you can go in that area there for, I think, the hunt stuff. Because I've never really tried before that. There we go. You're one of the bonded, aren't you? Like me? Please, I need your help. My throat, I can't sing anymore. I've been making excuses, but it's just not getting any better. If my patron thinks I'm of no use to him, then... I need to sneak out to the derelicts and describe my condition to Thorich. Here's a list of symptoms and a hunk of meal to pay for his medicines. Please, I have no one else to turn to. Oh, I need you to sneak out. I think I just read it as I need to sneak out. Of course, it was right by the other one, which is... Okay, yeah, the night soil pots. Hehe, you need medicines, tonics, potions? Singer's symptoms: coughing, hoarse, hard to swallow. Feels like something's there. Sore throat? A portion of meal intended as payment for an apothecary's medicine. A cure for an ailing voice, is it? No, no medicine will cure this. Methinks your songbird has a lump in her throat. It must be cut out, excised. And even then, the voice may never heal completely. Poor little songbird. Will they kick her from the nest, I wonder? Or simply silence her chirps? Jeez. Ho ho ho, your face. You didn't know? Of the many hopefuls who enter the city, very few are ever seen to leave, even as corpses. Jeez. Oh, you might see one or two fortunate fools hurled from the balconies, but the rest? Gone. A town of nightmares it is. Not for this ship's rat. Oh, no, no. I am content to scurry around down here and nibble on the crumbs which fall from the table. This consultation is over. You have my verdict, and I have my meal. Good day. I knew there was something shadier going on here. I mean, more than just, like, the meal and... You know, like if you upset them, they'll throw you off. Like they might actually do more, I guess. The mainstay? Okay, yeah. Again, like I never travel to this area. To me, it's like just... You know, the Aetheryte Plaza area, and that's it. I mean, generally, like, once you've gone through the story and everything, there's not that much reason to do anything else. Did you get my medicine? Oh, so that's it? What am I to do if I can't sing? Ah, there you are, my sweet canary. Have you been crying again? Don't tell me your voice is still not on the mend. Oh, generous sir, have mercy. I've done all I can, but even the apothecary said... So, you've been suffering all this time. I am sorry, my pet. I haven't realized your affliction was this grave. But you needn't fret. I'll not reward your hours of trilling by casting you out into the street. You are too kind, sir. But what use am I if I cannot sing? I fear the day I become more burden to you than treasure. Then I shall have a word with Lord Vothry and arrange for your ascension. In that paradise, where resides neither pain nor illness, will your song ring out clearly once again. Or mayhap you think it a step too far. No, you would do that for me? Of course. Why, I would almost wish to hasten my own ascension, knowing your blessed instrument was waiting there to greet me. What will you say, ascension? Sounds too good to be true. Yeah, if I remember correctly, ascension is basically just turning you into a sin eater. And then we know eventually what becomes of you as a sin eater. Let's get the skinny on ascension. Ah, you must be a new arrival. Allow me to explain. As all know, the sin eaters exist to devour the sinful, but also do they serve to gather the souls of the innocent and shepherd them unto celestial paradise. Okay, so he makes a distinction. Basically, like, they devour the bad, but the innocent they shepherd unto celestial paradise. It is through Lord Vothry that we learn this truth. It is through Lord Vothry's grace that the free people of Yulmore are destined to embrace salvation. We are blessed to spend our days surrounded by love and merriment, until at last we are called to our final rapture. Even the bonded may find a place within that host, should their patrons deem them worthy. Okay, so that's just inevitably, even if you're a free person, like when you've run out of your own usefulness, I guess, you'll be ascended. Lord Vothry truly is a great man, isn't he? Now, if you will excuse us, we must be on our way. May you find eternal salvation for the compassion you have shown, my precious canary. And I don't know that we see her again. So I think when we find out about what happened, about what the ascension really is, and then of course what happens, what's up with the meal, I think you can then imply what happened to her. Now he's got his easel out. Quite the artist. And I imagine they got the same person to do it, but it's in the same or a very similar style as the sketches he did of Gosetsu and Yugiri. He's done other drawings, but I don't know that we've seen them. I think he did a drawing of Thancred, but did we actually see that? And then I know Y'shtola made a comment about, like hoping he didn't do a drawing of her. Oh, dearest, we really should have found you some new gloves. Yes, my love, you're probably right. 'Tis good to see you back. You were taking so long I began to worry something had happened. I've begun sketching an outline for the portrait, but nay, the chais appear otherwise occupied. Will you share what your investigations have gleaned thus far? Like, just an outline? Yeah. So, Lord Vothry boasts some manner of influence over the Sin Eaters, does he? That would explain the reverence in which he is held by the citizenry. And as for this ascension business, I cannot help but put in mind of that apothecary and his ominous remarks. If so many folk have entered the city over the years, then where do they go? Yeah. Thank you for watching this video. Tonight we we started Shadowbringers and managed to finish up. We started Alphino's, well, started and finished Alphino's little story part there in Calusia. So that means tomorrow we'll be hitting up Alize. Just enjoy it's Shadowbringers. What can I say? I enjoy it. Having so much fun with it. If you've been enjoying these videos as well, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to join me live, you can find the link to my Twitch in the description down below. By the time this is released, probably will not be in Final Fantasy anymore. I'm thinking about hitting up WoW to kind of see what all the hubbub is about, but it's still about a month away. That's kind of, the difference between what I'm doing right now and what you're seeing. So if you want to actually be current on what I'm doing, again, please come join me live. Thank you again for watching, and have a good one.